Go and recording. So, good evening, everybody, and welcome to this webinar on starting a business organized by GCM Coaching. My name is Thierry Gauthier. I'm a personal performance and business coach, and I will be your trainer tonight. Also tonight, we have Kula Crawley-Moore. She will be our moderator. She's also a personal performance and business coach. Before we get on with the content of this workshop, I'd like to tell you a bit more about what I do. I'm passionate about helping people grow and fulfill their potential and also grow their business. I specialize in building people's confidence and self-esteem. This is where most of my clients are. I also work with clients who wish to boost their career or change career altogether. In terms of business experience, I have set up 3.5 businesses. I know it's a bit weird to say a half, but there's a reason to that, with different business partners each time. So I have a good idea, let's say, of what it takes to start a business and where most of us fall short. So also, before we start, a bit of etiquette regarding the webinar. So please mute yourselves when you're not talking. So I might ask you if you want to speak, you can unmute yourselves, but afterwards, please remember to mute yourselves again. Feel free to use the chat function. Kula is here to feedback your questions and comments. So you can always type in the chat box. To find the chat box, you have to go at the top of your screen. As you take your cursor to the top of the screen, you should find 3 dots more. And if you press on chat, you will see the chat, okay? And then you can say hello. For example, I'm just, whoops, hello. And there we go, you should have a little message. If you click on it, you can see the message, and I'm gonna remove it. And that's it, basically. And then you can close the chat if you wish. And Kula already says, hi, everyone. Right, remember this session is recorded, so don't share anything you would like to keep to yourself, please, especially business ideas. And please respect other people's contributions, even when they have differing opinions. Obviously, please take notes of the points that are useful for your specific situation, and above all, enjoy the hour. Whoops. So, I'm going to quickly tell you a few things about my business experience, so just so you know where I come from. I started into about, I think it was 2006, 2007, I got selected to take part in a program for the BBC called Excuse My French. So for a few weeks, we followed some celebrities and we had to teach them French. So they had to be able to do their job in French. I was partnered with Esther Ranson. I don't know, you might know her, lovely lady. I was very honored to be with her. And following that, a colleague and friend who was in this program as well, her name is Patricia Gaudron, she invited me to start a business with her. It was called Le Plunge. And for a couple of years, we took students to Paris on the Eurostar, and it was a full immersion into the French language and culture. And that stopped after 2 years, unfortunately, because we had the credit crunch in 2008. And we couldn't, because to cut a long story short, the pound equaled the euro, and all our bills were in euros. Almost all our bills, sorry. So we had to let go of this business, but it was a great experience for me. Following that, I started with a friend called Christelle Fornes. I started a small dance school, and this is still alive despite the COVID situation. We're not dancing at the moment, but that was in 2008. So it's been going on for 12 years. My half business is called Your Cultural Wealth. It started in 2014, I think. And because I had some knowledge of cross-cultural studies, you know, psychology, I thought, oh, why don't I start some cross-cultural coaching? That didn't go very well because I realized I didn't have a passion for it. So lesson learned, start a business with something you have a passion for. And finally, last year with Kula, we started this coaching business. So this is where we are today, and we are thoroughly enjoying it, both of us. Aren't we, Kula? She's muted, but I think hopefully she says yes.
Yes.
Okay. Here are the objectives for today. Tonight, our goal is to understand what you need to do to set up your business. Also, we're going to identify the business skills you need, the ones you already possess, and the ones that probably you will need to learn to make sure that your venture is successful. We'll give you an opportunity to reflect on whether setting up a business is the right thing for you to do. And we'll finish with some useful tips based on our experience, I mean, my experience and Kula's experience of setting up a business. Okay, so also, we are business coaches, we're not business mentors. I thought I should just tell you in a minute or two what the difference is between a business coach and a business mentor. So, for example, if you're clear about what you want to achieve, but you need support with the practicalities of setting up a business, then probably a business mentor is the right person for you, because they'll tell you how to register your business, decide between being a sole trader, getting involved in a partnership, a limited company. They can help you write a business plan as well. If you need support, encouragement, clarity, motivation to reach your goal, help setting up an achievable action plan, then a business coach is the best professional support for you. They will probably help you reach your goal faster too. So we can help you because we have the experience of setting up businesses, but let's say we're not focusing on the hard skills, we're focusing on all the, all the soft skills that you need to set up a successful business. To give you an idea, for example, I'm not sure if I should set up my business as a sole trader or as a limited company. Well, you've got two possibilities. Either you've done all the research and you're confused, then I would say discuss this with a coach, and they will help you gain clarity based on your core values, what we call your core values, what's really important for you deep down here, down there. And they'll show you how, they'll help you find out how you can honor these values best. I've got a quote from a lady called Susan Friesen from Business to Community. She says, a business coach is trained to help you figure out your roadblocks, to hold you accountable for your business success, and shares their tried and true experience and processes to help you get ahead in your business. And she adds, it's important to note that many coaches are self-appointed experts. And I just want to say that both Kula and myself are qualified coaches. So we're experienced and also we're qualified. Sorry, I don't want to ring our own trumpet, but just to be clear. Now, option number two, you have not done any research, so you're not sure. Well, you've got several possibilities. Either you do some research on your own, you go to a business center, there's a few still around, you do some research online, you read books, or you hire a business mentor who will tell you everything they know about the difference between, for example, being a sole trader or a limited company. But at the end of the day, they won't advise you to choose one or the other. Nobody really can advise you on that. This is definitely your choice. So let's get going. So what's the purpose of starting a business, and why do you want to set up a business? So you can either write in the chat, or you can use the annotate function. So if you go to the top of your screen where you've got the green bar, if you go on the green bar, you will find several functions, and one of which is a little pen, and it's called annotate. Now, if you don't see it, it's probably in the 3 dots. So if you want to write on the little, underneath, feel free to write here. You're very welcome to do so. So anything, why do you want to set up a business? And what's the purpose of setting up a business? Let's see. Okay. I'm going to give you a bit of time to write. You can click, if it's easier, you can click on, when you're on annotate, you can click on text, and then you've got a text box. So it might be easier. Do a job. Okay, can't do a job. Do your own business. That's a good idea. Oh, I see someone else is writing. Okay. So I see, Kula, maybe you can report. In the chat, we have, it's something I love doing. So, oh, go on, Kula, yeah.
It's something I love doing, so getting an income would be great. That is really good, Colin.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think it's Nikki, actually.
Right. Thank you.
Yes, that's a good start, I think. Any other reasons why you want to start a business?
Okay, I want to set up my business to do the job I love. From Maria.
Thank you, Maria Sunta. Oh, I would like to take this opportunity to do what I love. Interesting how the word love comes back. Have you noticed? Ooh. Feel, oh, I can't read to feel. I can't read everything. To feel.
I would like to turn my passion into a business.
Aha. Someone's talking about passion. There is a common theme, isn't it? A love, about passion. Okay, shall I use the eraser? Oops. There we go. Okay, right. So I think we can all agree. Oh, sorry, someone else added something. I can see someone said, I want to make a profit in the job that I love and be free to express myself. Aha. So no boss to tell you what to do, if I understand properly. Brilliant. So there's, from your comments already, we can see that there's the 2 themes, I think, that come again. It's the idea of love, passion, doing what we love, what we're passionate about, and also being maybe free to do what we want, to be our own boss. So I'm going to clear everything. There we go. And we're going to move on. Right. I really want to encourage you to start a business, but I would like you to be realistic about it as well. So let's have a little reality check. If you set up your business, are you prepared to make a long-term commitment to business success? So, you know, it's not a thing you do for a few months. It will take a few years probably to grow to the stage, unless, you know, you're very lucky like Facebook or Google and it's an overnight success almost. It's actually not true in reality. But for most of us, it will take some time. Also, you need to be prepared to work long hours and take risks. Sorry, my phone started to talk. I'm going to turn it off. What's happening? So yes, work long hours and take risks. And also you need to make sure that you can make compromises and sometimes even sacrifices to reach your dream, you know, to reach your goal. So, okay, you will do some compromises, but the end is worth the compromises and the sacrifices. Also, we need to be prepared to learn from our mistakes, because it's a bit of hit and miss when you start a business. But if you can respond to client feedback, if you can change the product, you really stand a good chance to be successful. And also, you might not think about it, but you need to be a leader and also a team player, because you might have to hire people. You will probably have to hire people, and you want to create a good sense of help between each other in your team to make sure the business is successful. Now, some of you probably have already some idea of what they want to achieve, whilst others may not be sure yet. They want, you know, you might feel that setting up a business would suit you because you would be your own boss, but you're not sure what you could do. So I would like to give you some ideas. Start by thinking about what you can do. What can you do? And also, especially, think about the things that you are good at. What are you good at? Focus on the things that you have experience of. And think about the qualifications. Do you need any qualifications to be successful in this business? And think also of the qualifications you already have. Brainstorm all your skills, and that is going to take you more than 10 minutes. It's something you have to do over several days. If you go online and look at list of skills, you will find many lists of skills that can give you an idea of the things you can do, the skills you have already. And think about what you are passionate, as you have already found out. So already I'm going to give you 6 tips to help you find a business idea if you haven't got one yet. Think of a problem and how can you solve it? So look around, think of a problem or find a problem and see how you can find a solution. Look at what you do in your current job and expand from their ideas. When we set up with Patricia the weekends in Paris, we were actually expanding on the idea that I was teaching French. We were both teaching French, and the school for which the institute for which we work weren't offering immersion. So this is, you know, we thought, oh, there's a gap here. And there was a gap, really, because we had some people interested, quite a few. Talk to people you trust. I say trust because sometimes people might tell you anything, you know, just to please you. Explore the market and determine where there are gaps. Look around in your area. Do they have, for example, I don't know, if you want to become a plumber, is there a plumber already in your area? Or if you want to open a shop, what kind of shop isn't there already? And when you talk to people, what's missing? Now, you could take over a business, but be really careful, extra careful, because they will sell it as if it was gold dust. And probably, you know, they might get rid of it, and there might be a reason. So do your research if you decide to take over an existing business. Same with franchises. Be extra careful if you are considering taking over a franchise. And just find out how you, especially you, can make a difference to the world. What's so unique about yourself that could help other people? So think about the unique things that you have or you could offer, and also the gaps in the market. Shall we do a little brainstorming? You can use the chat, that's probably going to be easier. If you were to think about people you know already, you know, entrepreneurs, what do these people, so either people you know, sorry, or people who are famous, what makes them successful? So, okay, you can take the big ones like Steve Jobs. I've forgotten the name of the guy who started Virgin now. Anyone can help? I've got a mental blank. So
Richard Branson.
Thank you very much. Yes. Also, think about, yes, people around you who are successful. What makes them successful? Any ideas of the qualities they have? You can write them in the chat if you want. So it's a chance for you to have a little rest from my voice. Nick, thank you. They believe in their product. I'll leave actually Kula.
Yeah, a passion, Maria.
Mm-hmm. Definitely passion. And
Self-belief.
Belief, yeah, self-belief, believe in their product.
Resilience.
Resilience. I see someone put USP. What is that? They have a unique selling product or unique selling. There's several things for the P, but something unique about, you know, there's something unique about their business. And resilience is a good word as well. They will bounce back. No matter what, you know, life throws at them, they will bounce back. Thank you very much for that. So, oh yes, by the way, a coach can be the link. This is the discussion we had with Kula. This is why we've got a piece of puzzle. You know, if you're not sure how to link everything, especially with qualities, this is something that in coaching we work specifically, you know, to achieve the skills and the attributes that are necessary to become a successful entrepreneur. So here we go. The top 10 qualities agreed by most people. Goal-oriented, they have a goal and they will focus on achieving their goal. They're practical people. They have a very strong sense of commitment. They're committed to whatever they want to achieve. They enjoy uncertainty. So what do I mean by that? It means that some of us maybe when, you know, we have a very low tolerance to uncertainty. So if the future is not secure, we might struggle with it. But some people find that insecurity quite stimulating. And this is what great entrepreneurs seem to display. They listen to feedback and they learn from it. So sometimes, you know, we don't want, and I've been in this position where some customers told me, oh, this is not good, we don't like this way. And you think, I've worked hard on that. But actually do listen to what they're saying, because after all, they are the ones buying your product or your service. So sometimes it can be painful, but we can adopt a more positive attitude by thinking, hang on, this is an opportunity to improve what I'm doing. Next 5, they're good with people. You have to like talking to people and to some extent, I was going to say influencing people as well. But in a positive way, we're not trying to, sell, we're not trying to be dishonest. Well, this is not my intention. And I hope Kula, it is not, I'm sure, I know it's not Kula's either. They always seek for new opportunities. So, be aware of what's happening around you, because there are lots of opportunities and sometimes they're waiting to be seized. They are fundamentally positive. So even if, they get some negative setbacks, they will adopt a positive attitude. They're good at problem solving. And that's something we need, because we will come across quite a few problems and we need to be creative when solving these problems, okay? So creativity is very important. So we've seen 10 qualities, and what I would ask you, I would suggest to you is to think about 2 questions. Do I possess these qualities? Or do I need to work on developing them? Okay, so, am I goal-oriented? Am I practical? Do I have a strong sense of commitment? Can I tolerate uncertainty, or do I need to learn to tolerate uncertainty? Do I listen to feedback and do I learn from it? And am I good with people? Do I seek new opportunities, or what can I do to seek new opportunities? Am I positive? How can I be more positive? And, oops, sorry, I went too quick. How good am I at problem solving, and how creative am I? Right. Another important thing to bear in mind is that the key to success is to start before you are ready. And that is not so easy to do as we might think. Sometimes we tend to wait until we have all the keys before doing something. But this way of thinking delays us because as we learn new things, as we gather all the elements we need, we discover that we need to learn more things, and there are more elements to gather. So gather the minimum and get going. As Steve Jobs said, think big, but start small. And look around to identify among your friends and family the people who master the skills you don't master yet. So something to remember. Don't wait until you've got everything, because it will never happen. We're always learning something new. We always could have more. Now, we're talking of business skills. Let's focus a bit more on these essential skills. I'm going to ask you to think for a couple of minutes, and you can either unmute yourselves to speak, or you can write in the chat again. I'd like you to tell me, what skills do you think you need to set up your own business? What skills do you think you need to set up your own business? So you can either write in the chat or you can unmute yourselves.
Organization.
Yes, definitely. We need to be organized, otherwise it's going to be quite challenging. There is someone tonight who is considering specializing in organizing other people's life, and I'm sure she will recognize herself. So if you need organization skills, you might need someone like her. Any other skills you can think of to set up a business? What do you need? I'm going to leave you a few seconds to think. And the organization?
Motivation.
Ah, yes.
Marketing. Yes.
Absolutely. Motivation. If you're not motivated, and that's linked to your passion again, if you're not passionate, if you're not motivated, it probably will peter out, unfortunately. Finance, yes, we don't need to be, to have a degree in finance to start a business, but we do need to have some marketing skills as well. We learn them. This is what I did. And I don't know, Kula, if it was for you, but I learned them as I went, basically, and I still learn.
Nikki says that being organized and tenacious and good with finances is important. And Miriam says self-confidence.
Yes, Miriam, and yes, Nikki, absolutely. Self-confidence. You can do it. You've got everything within yourself, but you need to tap into this potential. And that's the only, I think that's the simplest way to present it. We have all this potential in us, but how do we tap into it? Well, I don't want to oversell services, but this is what coaching is about as well, how to tap into your potential. So being organized, definitely, and tenacious is a good one, and good with finances. Thank you very much. So let's have a look at what I have for you as well. Oh, every time. There we go. So this is from a website called simplybusiness.co.uk, if you want to know more about it. And there are probably 6 essential skills that most, if not all, businesses need. And first of all, you need to be good at managing projects, because a business is a project. Like any other project, you will need to define goals, identify actions to achieve these goals. On the way, you will find some hurdles, so you'll need to be creative when overcoming these hurdles. The goals may change too. Sometimes we think this is the goal, and then we realize, hang on, the goal has changed, so we need to adjust our action plan. So I hope you can see that you need to have some ideas of how to manage a project. Also, you need to have bookkeeping skills. Now, this is quite basic. You don't need to be an accountant, but you need to, you don't need to have an accountant's qualification, but some understanding of what to do with your receipts, because you're going to get a lot of receipts. You need to collect all receipts, remember, because you can claim, you can deduce them from your turnover. So yes, you need to know what to do with your receipts, how to organize them, and also how to organize them into a spreadsheet, and how to keep track of your invoices, because you might have to do invoicing. So how do you keep track of all this? Of course, you can pay someone to do all this, but obviously that comes with a cost. And likewise, every year you will have to do a tax return. You can do it yourself, maybe with a bit of help for the first couple of years from someone you know, or maybe a friend who's an accountant or who knows how to do it. Or you can pay an accountant, of course, but that will cost you a few £100. But at the same time, you get peace of mind, as long as you send them the books on time, because otherwise they're not happy. If you want to make your accountant unhappy, don't send the books on time. Another option, which is the one I opted for, but maybe it's not suitable for everyone, you can marry an accountant. And this is how I did it. So I married an accountant. I'm very kind, with her, and I kindly ask her every year to do my accounts, and she does it. So, okay, maybe not everyone can do that, but it might be an option for some of you. Third one is leadership. So you might think, well, hang on, leadership skills, that's quite a long way. Well, maybe not such a long way. First of all, you need to have the relevant skills to inspire people to follow you in your venture. And that's, leadership is about inspiring others to follow you. And also you will need leadership skills when you hire employees, obviously. Presenting or presentation skills are crucial, I think, because you're going to have to present your business. You're going to have to present your products, your services many, many times. And you will do so to all the people you meet. You need to be able to talk about your business in a fascinating way. You know, you want people to listen to, you want people to be drawn really to what you're saying. You might want to join some network meetings, you know, where you get to meet a lot of people in maybe an hour or an hour and a half. That's a good thing to do, but you have to have the right presentation skills again. So you don't have much time with each person. Yes, exactly. So you need to make sure that you make the most of the few minutes you have with each person you meet. As your business grows, you'll need to learn to delegate. This means accepting that different people do things differently. And this is, of all my work experience in the last 20, 25 years, I have found that people who delegate want other people to do the job they themselves do it. That doesn't work. We're all different. We all do things differently. And this is the first thing to admit. My way is not the only way. There are other ways to do it. Also, when you hire people, you have to think that it involves running payroll, paying national insurance contributions, also contributing towards a pension for your employees. And finally, last but not least, is the sales and marketing skills. Because what's the point of having a wonderful product or service if it remains the best kept secret? You need to reach your potential customers. We're going to talk about this in a minute. Also, most people have a negative image of sales. They think that all salespersons are crooks. For instance, you know, sales is something, ooh, I don't want to get near it, you know. Well, that's a way, my way of seeing sales is that I offer solutions, and if I have the right solution for the right person, I'm very happy to sell it. So sales is not always a dirty word. And if you're aware of your beliefs, you know, your negative beliefs about sales, actually they may set you for failure. So it might become a self-fulfilling prophecy, you know, I'm bad at sales and I can't do that, and you won't do it, basically. So make sure that you're aware of your beliefs, yourself, you know, your beliefs about sales. If you're not very positive about selling techniques, talk to a coach. Yes, because basically a coach can help you with leadership skills, presentation skills, delegation skills, and even sales, because we challenge your self-limiting beliefs. That's what we do. We all have self-limiting beliefs. They come from our childhood most of the time, the way we were brought up, the adults around us. And if we're not aware of them, we live by them. And this is very limiting. So, well, just to give you an example, how many times have I heard, I have no leadership skills. I'm thinking of someone at the moment. It's all about changing your mindset. So leadership skills, you know, they are learned. It's a soft skill, but it can be learned. There's no problems with that. Everybody can do it. So, okay, we talked a lot about that. You're gonna have to do some homework. I don't think we have time to do this now. Oh my God, no, we don't. But homework, personal or business development work, you're going to have to think about your past experiences in relation to work, hobbies, clubs, family duties, anything that could be linked to business skills. Because you need to be aware of all the positive, all the strengths, the resources you already have. This is going to contribute to your motivation as well. Okay, to give you an example, my first experience of selling was when I was in secondary school in France. I used to sell croissants and all sorts of breakfast stuff to the other pupils during the break. So every day there'd be two of us selling, and I thought, oh, that's a good idea. So that was my first contact with selling, because we had to handle money, you know, give change. It was already quite a big responsibility for me to have so much money. Of course, it was nothing in today's money, but at the time it seemed quite important. So think, were you involved in some sort of selling, formally or informally, when you were maybe when you were a child? There's no age, you know, we learn skills throughout our whole life. So a quick recap before we move on. Remember, the most important thing, you can never be 100% ready. You need to be clear about your reasons and your motivations for starting the business. If you're clear about that, you stand a much higher chance to achieve it. You will need to develop powerful habits to support your venture. And what I mean by that is make sure that at the end of each week, for example, you do your bookkeeping, or at the end of each day, ideally, but maybe spend an hour each week for the bookkeeping, for the orders, to tidy your premises. And because otherwise you're gonna, if you're not including this time into your working week, you will feel, you soon feel overwhelmed. I was thinking, you need to think about advertising at all times, you know, not just once every 3 months. A little bit every day or every week will get you better results. Right. Now, there are different types of businesses we can set up. So what do you want to set up? Do you want to set up a home business? Maybe you've got a box room at home, or, you know, a spare bedroom that you're not really using. So why would you rent spaces, premises elsewhere when you have the space already at home? So it's a cheap way to start a business. That's how I did it each time. Now, if you rent a place, be aware that your costs, obviously, because you're paying rent, your costs are higher, your overheads, but also you might pay business rates. Business rates is a special tax that you have to pay if you're a business. But if you're a small business, check that, because you may be entitled to some discounted rates, or sometimes even exemption. Also, we have to be clear whether we want it to be our main job or just something on the side, you know, to earn a few extra pounds. This is linked to our two main drivers. All of us are driven either by safety or fun. If you're driven by fun, you will go, you know, you're not bothered about having a stable job. All you want is something exciting on a daily basis. If you're driven by safety, well, probably you'd be quite happy with a regular job that provides a regular income. But that doesn't mean you cannot you cannot have your own business, because even if you have a regular income and a regular job, you can spend maybe a few hours to do your extra business. And we do get a lot of satisfaction, I must say, from running our own businesses. The other thing, you've probably heard about it, And I will mention something that we discussed actually before we started this webinar about finding your niche. I'm going to give the example of a friend of mine. Her name is Hannah Collison. She is she has a cake decoration school. So I imagine she enjoyed making cakes initially, and more specifically, she enjoyed decorating the cakes. So she could have started a business of just making cakes, but in fact, she went for something very specific. She started a school where she teaches people how to decorate cakes. That means how to make sugar flowers, how to do all sorts of icings. I'm not very knowledgeable about it, but this is her niche, and she is quite, her business is quite rare. There's a few in the UK, but there is not one in every single village or town, okay? So when you think of your business idea, can you find a gap, and can you see there is a need in look at your competitors. What is it that they provide that they don't provide yet? Have a look at this. Yes, I'm going to move forward. Sorry, I can see the time is running. So make sure you're clear about your niche and do some research. So here's the setup. It's a bit of a recap as well. Here's the setup. Here's a summary, of how to set up a business. So you need to identify your reason to set up a business. I know I'm talking a lot about motivations and all this because if you might have the technical side, but if you're not motivated to run a business, it won't succeed. So identify your reason to set up a business, identify your skills, your strengths, your resources, narrow them down to those that you enjoy using. So of all your skills and resources and strengths, which ones do you thoroughly enjoy using? Be realistic as well, and list your gaps, identify your gaps. What skills, do I need to learn? Or do I need to find someone who possesses them? Be realistic. Also, find a business idea in relation with your skills, strengths and passions. So we've discussed that already. Identify a gap in the market, as I explained. Develop a way to address this gap. That's your product or your service. Okay, you're gonna have to find out how you can address this gap. Something unique, as we mentioned before. Then you're going to have to do a business plan. A business plan forces you to think of all various aspects of a business. And you will need a business plan if you want to apply for funding and, for example, for grants and loans. They will ask you for a very sturdy and robust business plan. Also, you're going to have to deal with the legal side of starting a business. That means registering the business with HMRC. You're going to have to think about other responsibilities such as insurance. You might need licenses. For example, if you open a restaurant, you will have some health and safety regulations. When with Patricia, we started the immersion courses in Paris, what we hadn't realized when we started is that because we were selling a package made of 3 products related to traveling, we became travel agents. And all of a sudden we had this huge amount of regulations to deal with. So do pay attention to the legal side, and you probably need professional advice for that. We did have, we in the end, we had to make an appointment with a lawyer because it was far too big for us to do on our own. And we also had business coaching at the time because neither of us had set up a business before. Obviously, you will have to promote your business. So this is where advertising comes in. And the most important thing is to evaluate your performance, seek feedback. Don't wait for people to give you feedback. You're going to have to seek feedback. If you do, if you sell a product or a service, maybe ask a few questions. How did you enjoy it? What worked? What didn't work? How can it be improved? And the key word is improve and improve and improve again. Now, another quote for you. Start by doing what's necessary, then do what's possible, and suddenly you're doing the impossible. And I quite like this because we have to start, you know, think big, but start small once again. Have I got, yes, okay, we started with 3 minutes late, so I've got a few more minutes. You will need to have a good business plan. I mean, without a good business plan, you won't go very far. And planning, we talk about a plan for the next 3 to 5 years. You're gonna have to set SMART goals. Now, SMART means specific. Your goals your business goals have to be specific, measurable. So, you know, when will you know you've achieved that? Attainable or achievable, realistic, and time-phased. So how long is it going to take you? How will you know you've achieved it? So something very specific and measurable and achievable and reachable and time-phased. Another thing that we need to carry out is really a thorough SWOT analysis. A SWOT analysis, SWOT means strengths and weaknesses. That's about you and your business. Where do your strengths and your weaknesses lie? And also, we have opportunities and threats, and that's not within you, this is external to you. What opportunities can you see around in your area, for example, or online? And what threats could there be to your business? And how will you mitigate those threats? I'm going to go very quickly for that. So the different components of a business plan. First of all, you need to have an executive summary. The executive summary provides an overview of your company profile and objectives. And you will probably use this when you talk to people, when you present your business. You need to have a description of your company. You need to show that you've done some analysis of the market. You know, how many products do you expect to sell each month, or how many services, you know, if you can make some predictions as well, you know. So you're analyzing the market will help you do your numbers, really. You will need to have a close look at the competition. What do they do? You know, how do they manage what they're doing? Also, you need to think about management and operations. So that refers to the day-to-day running of the business. That's, for example, the logistics. How do you organize your business? How are you going to send your products? Also, the different responsibilities. Who is going to do what? And the various tasks. And also, to some extent, the expenses that you will need for your business to operate. But once again, it all comes down to the action plan. So make sure you include in your business plan the action plan to show that, you know, you've thought about the steps you need to take to make your business successful. Okay, advertising, you need to think about how you will reach your potential customers. And you can look at, you need a website, you need to have you need to update your website on a regular basis. Think of social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Connect with your target audience. And above all, position yourself as an expert in your field, because people are looking for experts. Ask for referrals from your first clients or friends. You can maybe, if you want to open a restaurant, you could, for example, invite some friends to try, and then they can give you some referrals on Trustpilot, especially. Hold workshops or seminar or webinars at the moment. This is what Kula and I are doing. And you need to have a call to action. So what will you get, from, it's an incentive, basically to buy your products or services. Attend networking events, form partnerships with other businesses. That's very useful as well. So synergize with other businesses, take part in local events, and use your email signature. Put the website link, maybe download a free something. This is also quite a good incentive. Create brochures and flyers. I know it's old-fashioned, but some people like to have a paper and hold it, and they will hang on to it. I discovered that for the dance business. When we gave out flyers, the return sometimes took months. Write an article for the local paper to show, something different. Do a free product giveaway, a competition, and you give away something. So you will collect email addresses, and then you can keep people informed of what you are doing. And business cards. Oops. I've gone too far. So have a clear vision, offer solutions, don't focus on problems, offer solutions. You need to show them show your target audience they have problems, but also make sure you sell solutions. Review and improve, affiliations to all sorts of clubs, synergize with other businesses. I find this helps. And keep learning, keep developing. Your business will grow as you grow personally. So, if you need some support, Kula and I are very happy to help. And we have two packages for you. We do a 2-hour coaching session to help you get some directions and work on an action plan for your business. So basically, if it's a bit blurry and you need some directions to get there faster, you can talk to us. We can do this online or face-to-face. If face-to-face, so the price is £99. You can take the 2 hours in one go, or you can take them within 2 weeks. We say 2 weeks because we've noticed that when people leave it too long, their business is not moving fast enough and they're losing the motivation. Okay, if it's face-to-face, we might have to add travel if you're too far from us. And if you want to keep on track, stay focused and re-energized, on a regular basis, we charge £60 per 1 hour session. And learn from this, you're used to that, you will have to do it. And special offer, call to action, if you book your consultation before midnight on Sunday, the 4th of October, you will receive a complimentary copy of the ebook, Starting a Business Without Experience. Okay, so it's an ebook, we will forward it to you. But you need to book before Sunday, 4th of October. Now, our next webinars, they're free as well. This is a way for us to communicate with the rest of the world. Kula on the 12th of November from 6:30 p.m. till 7:30 p.m. will talk about how to get into the right mindset to progress in your career. So it's quite a big topic, because if we haven't got the right mindset, we won't move forward. And on the 3rd of December, same time, 6:30 p.m., 7:30 p.m. UK time, I'll be leading a webinar on make the most of 2021 now. Start planning now, well, in December, for next year. So we'll do all sorts of things to make sure that 2021 will be a fantastic year for you. And this is my last words for you. There is no good or bad time to start a business, but your business idea must be timely. And I'm saying that when I say that, I'm thinking of, you know, the Le Plonge, the language immersion courses. We started it at the best time. Economy was at its peak, you know, and 2 years later, we had the credit crunch, and it literally crunched us, crashed us, even crushed. I'm going to get there, crushed us. On the other hand, the dance business started in 2008 at the worst time, and it's still there. So you have to think that there's no good time, no bad time. Don't wait, just do it, and make sure you're doing the right thing, you know, as we discussed. And thank you very much, everyone, for listening. And I hope you enjoyed it. It was a pleasure to deliver all this content to you. I hope you find it useful. And I'm going to stop actually the recording and hopefully see you soon. Let me just stop the recording. Stop sharing. And where is recording?